Valley Theatre. Now let's have a big Legoland welcome for your storyteller!
Great pleasure to welcome you all here to the DUPLO Valley Theatre. My name is Laurie and I'm your storyteller. Now, a fabulous tale we have for you. Let's clap and cheer, let's not be blue. Settle down and listen for yourselves to the tale of the shoemaker and his kind little elves. Once upon a time, long ago, in a tiny village there lived an old shoemaker.
I'm an old shoemaker.
And his wife.
I'm an old shoemaker's wife.
Now the shoemaker and his wife were so poor, they only had enough leather to make one more pair of shoes.
That's right. Just one piece of leather left, and after that I haven't got a clue what to do.
So the shoemaker and his wife thought long and hard as to what they could do.
Possibly I could, or maybe I... No, I can't do that.
However, before long the skies had darkened and night was upon them.
Well, my lovely, this is our last piece of leather, and from this I will have to make my last pair of shoes. And then, who knows what will become of us?
Oh dear.
Oh, don't worry, old shoemaker. Let's sleep on it.
What? Sleep on the leather?
No! Sleep on the problem. Things will look better in the morning.
If you say so, my precious. I'll leave the leather just here, and then I will begin my work first thing tomorrow.
So the shoemaker carefully laid out the piece of leather on his workbench, ready for sewing the following day. But during the night, while the shoemaker and his wife were sleeping, something was happening downstairs in the workshop. Two kind elves who had heard of their money troubles crept into the workshop and were inspecting the leather.
I feel our skills are needed here to fill their lives with joy, not tears. We'll chase away their money blues by making a pair of the finest shoes. Sew and stitch the leather, the leather, the leather. Sew and stitch the leather to make a pair of shoes. Brother, we are so kind. Better shoes you could not find. But now we should be on our way, as soon will come the break of day. Come along.
Morning arrived. And when the shoemaker came downstairs into the workshop, an amazing sight met his eyes.
Oh, it's a miracle.
He called for his wife.
Come quick, my little fruit bat. Come quick.
Oh, for goodness sake, what's the matter? My nerves are in tatters. Tatters, I say.
The pieces of leather that I so carefully laid out last night have disappeared.
What? Stolen? The thieves, the vagabonds, the dirty rotten...
No, calm down, calm down. Look.
The shoemaker had for sale a pair of the finest shoes he had ever seen, with stitches so small and so skillful that when he came to sell them... Oh right, yes, that's me. Yes, I'll take those, thank you. Oh, can I have one gift wrapped as well? Oh, thank you very much. Well, they sold for twice the recommended retail price.
I've never made so much money from one pair of shoes, and now I have enough to buy leather for 2 pairs of shoes.
So, that night, the shoemaker laid out the pieces of leather on his workbench before he went to bed.
All ready for me to start work first thing in the morning.
Good night, old shoemaker.
Good night, old shoemaker's wife.
Aw, good night, you two. Sweet dreams.
You'll wake them up. Oh, sorry. Oh, these people are still very poor. They need our help and much, much more. We'll make more shoes for them to sell because we make them very well. We have got more leather, more leather, more leather. We have got more leather to make more pairs of shoes.
his wife awoke the following morning, they found in the workshop 2 pairs of the finest shoes.
And believe me, these are the work of a master craftsman.
Again, the shoes sold for lots of money, so the shoemaker could then buy even more leather for more shoes to be made. Time went by, and each night, the shoemaker laid out the pieces of leather, and each morning, more and more shoes had been made. So the shoemaker and his wife became richer and richer.
It's like we've won the lottery. People are flocking from far and wide to buy my shoes.
The shoemaker and his wife were filled with curiosity.
Who can it be? Coming here at night, hammering and stitching so carefully. We have so much to thank them for.
That time sharing Mallorca for starters.
Not to mention our lovely Triumph Herald with leopard skin interior, fluffy dice, the
Yeah,
sequin
that's
flake.
quite enough of that. Now, listen. I have a cunning plan. Let us sit up all night and watch just who it is that has brought us this untold wealth.
Good thinking, my lovely. You're not just a pretty face.
Aww.
You're not even a pretty face.
What did you say?
I said a very pretty face, my little apple blossom.
So that night, the shoemaker and his wife were quietly hidden in the workshop.
Joey!
I said were quietly hidden. Shoemaker, hide! And not long after all the candles had been blown out, and when all was quiet, the kind little elves appeared from under the floor.
Here we are again, happy as can be, sewing all the leather, making shoes for all to see.
All night long the little elves worked, and singing all the while.
Everybody talking about our slinky boots, oh oh, slinky boots.
Their fingers flew so fast that the shoemaker and his wife could hardly believe their eyes. And when morning came, there were thousands of pairs.
How many?
There were hundreds of pairs.
Sorry?
There were 6 pairs of shoes laying on the workbench, but the kind little elves had disappeared before they could say a word.
How can we thank them?
Oh, they've been so kind and generous. There must be some way to show our thanks.
Oh, I know. How about we all go for some nice warm hot chocolate? Oh yes, with some whipped cream on top, marshmallows, some sprinkles and a flake.
Nice idea, but I was thinking of some new clothes.
Clothes?
Didn't you see the rags and tatters in which they were dressed? I will sew them a suit of clothes, and you can make them a pair of fine new boots.
So the shoemaker and his wife set off to make new clothes and boots for the little elves. And the next evening, when the elves appeared, there was no leather for them to sew.
Where has all the leather gone? Sing! Where has all the leather gone?
Yes, that's quite enough of that now, you two. Look. The elves saw before them 2 suits of clothes and 2 pairs of boots and were completely speechless.
Oh my goodness! Look at these! That is fantastic! Oh, lovely.
All right, not completely speechless, but they were very excited.
Here, look, you have the blue one, I have the pink.
Oh, I tell you what, I'll leave them down here and you can come down and try them on. Nice and quick.
Look, you take
Oh, I
one,
can't
take
wait to see how they look in their new clothes. Very exciting. Ooh, look at you two, looking fabulous. The elves were overjoyed with their new clothes.
I look so smart in my new suit. I've even got a pair of boots. Let's sing and dance and run around. Straight to the disco, we are bound. D-I-S-C-O. It is D-I-S-C-O. Singing disco.
Everyone find the elves. Have fun. Don't stay out too late.
Well, my little fruit bat, they seem as happy with their new clothes as we are with our newfound fortune.
The shoemaker and his wife were so happy, and soon they had enough money that they could retire. But every now and then they would leave out some new clothes and boots for the elves, just in case they ever decided to visit them again.
Excuse me, dear. I think you've forgotten something.
No, I don't think I have. Oh, yes, of course. they all lived happily ever after. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at the DUPLO Valley Theatre, and from me and all my lovely friends, we hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at the LEGOLAND Windsor Resort. Bye for now.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Please exit as directed by a team member, maintaining a reasonable distance from the parties around you at all times. And make sure to take your belongings with you, and ensure you place any rubbish in the bins provided as you exit the theatre. Enjoy the rest of your day here with us at LEGOLAND.